We're growing more and more excited by the minute, especially since the sneak peek that has been released gives us an intriguing hint at what's to come. It might be worthwhile to take a moment to recap everything that has transpired thus far in Season 1 given the show's expansive fantasy setting, the epic canon that lies behind the canon and fictional history. The first season began in the made-up war-torn nation of Ravka. The dark realm of Ravka is overrun by avian creatures who eat human flesh. The lead actress of the series, half-shoe mapmaker Alina, is an orphan. She grew up with Mali and Maul, and the two of them were both fighting for their native Ravka in the First Army. There they encountered General Kirigan, also known as the Darkling and a Shadow Summoner. Alina is looking for a reason at the start of Season 1. Mal is her only companion and is by nature an outsider. Alina makes the decision to accompany Mal on his assignment when he is asked to go on a supply run in the Shadowfold. Alina, however, uses a previously undiscovered power to defend Mal when their boat is immediately attacked by shadow creatures known as Volcra. Light then erupts from her body. With this fresh information, Alina learns that she blocks a hidden Grisha ability. What does this entail for Alina, then? So this raises the possibility that she is the fabled Sun Summoner, who is meant to hold the key to eradicating the Shadowfold and putting an end to the ongoing conflict. We thought we had too much duty, but oh my. The Crows of Ketterdam, a gang led by Kaz Brecker and featuring the knife-wielding Ainge and the gunslinger Jesper Fady, were also presented to us in Season 1. The Crows agree to a new crime when they learn that it will net them a sizable reward. However, there is a narrative twist. Their task is to trek the fold and bring the Sun Summoner back. The Crows sneak past the shadow creatures with the conductor's assistance and move in the direction of Alina. Hartrinder Nina also joins them, but she is unexpectedly taken hostage by witch hunters and imprisoned on the bottom of a ship with Matthias Helvar as her protector. They enter the royal archives after crossing the fold and take the Little Palace's plans. They swiftly come up with a plan to sneak in during the winter fete by pretending to be a troupe of performers. In the course of this adventure, General Kirigan finds himself playing a significant part. He develops a bond with Alina and her amazing abilities as the commander of the Second Army and asks to speak to her. She immediately misses Maul when she gets to the Little Palace to start her Grisha training. The letters that the two trade are never read by each other, mysterious. As a result, Alina starts to think that Maul has completely forgotten about his buddy. She has no idea that Maul has truly offered to join an expedition to locate Morozova's stag, which is based on artwork produced by Alina herself. She has seen the creature in her dreams, which are physically represented in the sketches. He will undoubtedly discover Alina if he can locate the stag. He eventually locates the enigmatic creature, and then he goes to the little castle to tell Elaine the good news. He instead encounters Kirigan, who is obviously hiding something sinister up his sleeve. It turns out that Kirigan has been reading their correspondence and is resolved to keep the two apart. Alina makes the decision to put her past behind her and embrace her new existence in the Little Palace. She chooses to trade in her kefta coat for the proper regalia as she gets ready for her performance at the Winter Fete. Alina begins to advance in her new world after finally feeling like she has been accepted into a group and has found a purpose. The Crows wait in the wings and watch Alina perform. Particularly, Inage is totally enthralled by Alina's skills and thinks she is witnessing a real-life saint in Sanka Alina. Meanwhile, the conductor kills Alina's dummy to expose his true allegiance. After the performance, Kirigan takes her to his study, where things quickly heat up, and the two appear to be getting closer. However, a guard interrupts them by warning them about the conductor and his attempted murder of Alina, breaking up their moment of intimacy. Following Kirigan's disappearance, Alina's trainer, Bagra, enters and informs her that Bagra is truly Kirigan's mother, and then another shadow summoner naturally. This knowledge is accompanied by a caution. Bagra reveals that Kirigan is truly a centuries-old black heretic who founded the Shadowfold and is not who he claims to be. Now that he knows about the stag, he will take hold of the creature and use it to acquire power. His scheme? To widen the dark fold rather than to close it. Naturally, Alina flees the little castle and finds transportation from the Crows. The gang obviously cannot believe their good fortune that the one object they came for has joined forces with them as a means of escape. When Alina learns who they are, she decides to leave again, and Inage lets her hero go. Kirigan confronts his mother and starts looking for the Sun Summoner after learning that Alina is flawed. Fortunately, Maul overhears his intentions and decides to go look for Alina on his own. Mal locates Alina in the forest after she runs away, reuniting the two. In the meantime, Kaz is unhappy with Ange, which is understandable. But there isn't time to argue about it because Kerrigan and his soldiers rapidly catch up with them because they think they still have Alina hidden. In order to stop Kerrigan, who now knows that the two have found each other, Alina and Mal decide to go and locate the stag again. Alina chooses to extend mercy to the creature once they discover it. But when Kerrigan arrives, he doesn't act in that way. He kills the stag, captures Alina and Mal, and then uses the antlers to bind Alina's powers to his own, granting him complete control over them. He then loads everyone onto a boat and sails off in the direction of the Shadowfold. Oh, and those cunning crows also manage to enter the ship. Mal and Kerrigan have a tense conversation at the end of season, one in which the former informs the latter that he has no hope of getting Alina. Kerrigan, however, is adamant that everything will turn out for the best and is so sure of his destiny that he assures Mal that he won't even need to kill him in order to win Alina. Alina pushes back when Kerrigan tries to explain his intentions to her and persuade her that everything is being done to safeguard the Grisha. Kerrigan transforms every resident of the harbor city into a flesh-eating Valkyra as soon as they arrive. Slightly severe. Kerrigan, who is now enraged by his newfound strength, wonders who would dare to challenge him, but Mal shoots back. On the other hand, Kerrigan's Heartrender swiftly disarms Mal. Disorder ensues, and Alina is informed in a vision that the stag's gift of power is hers alone during this chaotic period. She removes the bone from Kerrigan's hand, and shortly the stag merges with her. Mal and Kerrigan are still engaged in combat in the meantime. As Kerrigan laughs at Mal as they tumble off the skiff, a Valkyr comes and snatches him up, leaving Mal battered but still living. Once the crew has found safety, they join a ship bound for Ketterdam, along with Matthias and Nina. Alina is secure for the time being because the Sun Summoner is thought to be deceased. But not for long, as Kerrigan resurfaces at the fold still very much alive.